Hello and welcome to another episode of Space Engineers. And it's been a little bit since the last episode, but I've been hard at work cleaning up the area. As you can see, this thing floating into the scene. I didn't plan that. Yes, there is a piece of salvage right there, and I am actually on the ocean floor in the salvage rover. I'm not sure I can get that. Where is it? Is it above me somewhere? This is really where I should get yeah, it's in front of me. This way a bit. Okay, let's go get it. So I've been driving around trying to do this kind of stuff. Clean up the area, get some salvage. Oh, right here. There's some stuff on the ocean floor. Because the flak tower has been giving me all sorts of sort of enemy carcasses laying about that need to be cleaned up. However, the plan for today is that we are making that warship that I had built previously, and I need to just print off, which should be fairly simple. All we have to do is just put a projector on the factory and get it to go. Oh god, I passed it, and it's floating above me, so I'm not sure if this little rover is going to be able to get it. Maybe if I take my area that I can grind down here, and I take my build and repairs, and I can raise this up somehow, right? Is that my forward offset is up and down? I want to say forward. Yeah, forward pushes it up. Aha! Yeah! I've got my little box of salvage, and I can just move it over to where this thing is. And getting it! The creative little things I have to do in order to clean up my world. Well, printing off the ship is going to be no issue, because all I have to do is just put a projection down, build it. Easy. Oh, assert. Assert, where are you spawning? Oh, you're within range. Hey, more carcasses for me to get. Oh, beautiful. But the fun part will be how to get it to the shoreline after that, because it's a boat, and there's a couple different options. I can make like a gantry crane to carry it over there. I can put some rover wheels on itself and make it kind of like a pseudo rover, just enough to get to the coastline, and then I can take the wheels off. I mean, theoretically, I could dig a canal all the way to my base and sort of like lower it down into like a canal type thing and then take it that way. But that seems absolutely silly. So we're not going to do that. And there's a few blocks left there, but I'm just going to leave them. I don't really care about getting all of the salvage. I'll use the creative cleanup tools to get the rest of those later. I will take my build and repairs and reset them back to 0. And head back to the production so we can start building this thing. And back in the safety of the base shields. So nice to be home. And it looks like those asserts just deciding to fly away. Not gonna fight us at all, which is alright by me. And we'll just come in and... oh, smack our connector. Of course we do. That's what we do. We just bounce off our connectors real hard. And then... bark. There you go. Alright. So I think what we'll do is we'll just go get a projector. And we'll get this thing projected up immediately. Gotta get rid grind color. Ah, there we go. Components added to build planner. I should have enough stuff for this, or at least the build and repairs will start to work on it anyway, so it'll be pretty easy. And we will build it just right off the edge right here. Should be not too difficult. And I can never remember if the 4 is up or forward, or if the 2 is up or forward. But those are the two sides. Let's go this way. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Alright. And now I need a seat of some kind. Which I do have one down here in my little cubby hole that I built. I'll also fill up my bottles. Deposit all my extra stuff. Alright. Projector! Off of this one, which I will call this projector ship. Because I'm going to build a ship off of it. And from all the various blueprints I have, where is it? Ah! Marauder class destroyer. Wonderful. Okay, I'm going to do my build and repairs on the factory. I'm just going to turn them off for the moment because I don't want them to start working on it before it is in position. And then the projector. Marauder class destroyer. Brom. Excellent. And now we go and maneuver that thing into position. We need to get it fully off of the like, it can't be over top of this factory. It's got to be over here, probably sideways on. And so what is this going to be? Pitching? Oh god, I need to do the trick. So you look at it, you go into spectator, and then you use your build vision, and then you go into spectator while you have build vision open. And now you can move it around and work it while using spectator to see where things are going to go. Okay. I'm thinking that's not bad for its height. Maybe a couple more blocks out, so I have a little bit more room here. Because I'm more than likely just going to be adding some wheels to the bottom of this so I can drive it down to the coast. And I'm thinking that is good. We'll go 12 out. And now, all we need to do is lay out a series of light armor blocks out to it. And line it up with one of the exterior armor blocks so we can start building it. Although this is heavy armor, so it needs a heavy armor plate. The barrels from the Sea Whiz are just floating behind and didn't come with it. That is awesome. Alright, build and repairs. Let's get you on. And also, we're going to show its area for them. And forward offset, I think we might push this a little bit so that it is covering the back wall, because I know it covers the whole length of this factory at least. Vertical, no, but horizontal, we'll do it that way until, say, minus 50. And then that should, easily encapsulate the entire ship. So now we can just get properly built up through the build and repairs. Excellent. And turn off the show area. I should probably put some like controls there that manage that, but yeah, we'll see. And now that that is going like crazy, I should probably get my my plate stamps here, working away on armor plate, because we're gonna need some more of that for sure. So you can make me another 1,000 armor plate. So for you, same for you, and same for you. Although I might start running out of steel plate. Although I do have 10,000 available, which is good. And they'll be using up the titanium and the steel in order to make armored. Oh man, this amount of production of armored plate, it's gonna take forever for me to get this battleship actually in position and functional and totally built up. But it's going to be so much easier than all the other construction I've done before, because I have the full power of this like production facility behind it. It's all connected to it. All my resources are right here, and build and repairs can just go like crazy on it. So it's going to be so nice. And it is all under the protection of a shield bubble. So that way I know that my little construction here won't be screwed with until it is done. Which is bloody excellent. But now what I think I need to do is design some wheelbase for it, so that it can actually drive down to the coast and be put into the water before I slice that wheelbase off and it is no longer required. As such, I'm probably... we'll do there and there. I need to grab some steel plate as well. And some various wheels. Sure, we'll go with off-road wheels because they look cool. How many wheels is a very good question. And where to put them. Because I could put wheels right at the very back here. And that's a pretty narrow wheel base. Where I could... but I'm probably going to bottom out and hit something if I don't put wheels right at the very front and back. So I'll put a wheel here and here. That's sort of like the first place where it's 3 wide. So I should do the same on the front end as well. I'll come down this way. Just laying out all these blocks. And right to where it is 3 wide, which is here, we'll also put boom and boom. And we'll probably do the big boys. 5x5s. They'll fit in here before they get to the factory, right? Yeah. And looks like they'll fit before they touch the ground. Although I may need to move this whole thing up, actually. Oh, I should have checked that before I did this. But I think that wheel will place there. If not, I'll just drill out the ground a little bit. I'll make it function. And then, if not, I mean, 5x5s are pretty large. I could just make these 3x3s. Which would fit a little bit better, considering that they only have one block size for their suspension attachments. Yeah, I think we can make this work by 3x3s. So 3x3 right sides. Do one there. Do one here. And I mean, realistically, that's, if I put them on the left and as well, that's enough. But I was probably not wanting to do that. Probably not enough in order to hold the weight of this thing. I think it's like 1,000,000 kilos in total. So we'll do the same here, where it's at its widest. And we'll do the same here where it's at its widest. Boom. And boom. Yeah. So we take a look at that. Yeah, I think we can get down to the coast on 8 wheels. Just repeat that on the other side. Get those built up. Yeah, let's do it. And there we go. The wheels are all on. And I think that's going to work. Now, to kickstart this thing's production, I have actually a bunch of armored plate squirreled away in the flak tower. So if we search for armored plate, we do get 600 or so that I have in this grid here, which are going to be used up quite quickly. And we're currently making armored plate as fast as we can. However, there is 6,000 armored plate sitting around in the flak tower right now. The flak tower actually doesn't need any of that armor plate anymore, considering the fact that we're under a shield. Like, for duration, if the flak tower ever got hits, its build and repairs would automatically patch it up, and that was great. But what we can do right now is I can either use the truck here, although that would actually probably be the fastest way. Just run the truck over, because there's a plug-in right there. I was going to say we can build like a pipeline to bring it over, but considering that it's only a few thousand and that the truck is right here, I might as well just grab it. And overdrive this thing, and turning into position. We will eventually have to connect up to various places. Park. Okay. And let's steal. So we got this ship. We got its large cargoes, which had some stuff in it, but now they're ripped off. Armored. There we go. We should be able to take all that armored plate. Look at the suspension just flat. It just flattened out the moment I had all that extra weight on the rover before the driver assist script caught up and went, oh wait, you need more strength in your suspension. Oh, hilarious. Okay. The other thing you probably saw in that container with all the armored plate was that there is several hundred explosives in that tower. And the reason for that is we do have to give the Discovery a proper burial, a proper scuttling, which we'll do at the end of this episode. We need to blow it up. And that's what those explosives are for. Alright, park. It keeps saying that there's like low fuel, like a life support failure imminent, but if you look here, I've got my gasoline storage. We got the refinery gasoline tanks. My refinery tanks are holding 2 million units of fuel. Like, we're good. We can run off that fuel for weeks. Like, I'll actually never. Like, I was thinking, oh man, with all this refinery here, I'll probably have to go and build a whole bunch of miners over here to get enough stuff coming in order to have enough power. And I realize now, with 2 million fuel right here, I probably won't have to do that for the rest of the series. I can probably just be fine. But we can take a little tour here of the innards of this ship. So, at the top here, we've got the main deck and the main armaments. We've got two 203mm cannons at the front, as well as two 203s at the back. So 4 203 cannons. We've got 3 Seaways, one on the left, the right, and the rear. That should be enough to take care of any missiles that are shot at us. I'm thinking they're going to be standard ammo, or they're going to be cram for just anti-missile, but I have to think about enemy drones coming in as well. Because it's either going to be these guys are going to be just for small grid, and I'm going to add some lasers to take care of missiles, or these are going to be running dual purpose of missiles and small grid. And I don't know, maybe this thing could possibly have a shield, because I did grind enough gold and such flying around that I did make a bunch more field emitters, so I could put a shield on this thing. But besides the armament, if you were walking along the main deck here, come up a staircase, come in the door into what'll be the one main room that this thing has. It's got a toilet, which is excellent. As you come down the stairs into the back of the ship, you can access the 203s from the inside to do maintenance and such if you need to, mid-battle. There's also a survival kit in the rear. You keep coming back out, do the exact same thing at the front of the ship, around those stairs and down. You as well have access to a survival kit at the front. So it's double kits. They're buried into the ship below all of this armor here, way down there. So that way, basically the entire ship needs to be destroyed for the survival kits to be defunct. And you can come up the staircase here, and there is the bridge with access back in order to come down to the turrets. All in the bottom here, which is what's getting built up first, we can see a bunch of gasoline engines and gasoline tanks, and they are all separated out into their own zones. So that way, if one area gets popped and it starts to sink, the whole ship doesn't sink. Just that one area. And it should be good. One large cargo container in the center, covered by multiple layers of heavy armor along its sides for all of the ammo. And if that cache goes up, I'm screwed. But hopefully it doesn't. That's basically my plan. Put it all in the center and put it all in one spot. And hope it doesn't explode. Well, this thing is going to be building up here for a while. So I'm going to leave it to its own devices. It should have a fair amount of resources in order to build up, although it's probably going to take from... it's probably going to take until next episode and you guys see it complete, because, I mean, it's just a lot of heavy armor to weld. And I was going to be like, and what we should do now is go and scuttle the Discovery. As look, this is it. This is all that remains of the Discovery. It's just a block, a bunch of random broken blocks. Just barely holding on. Oh, you poor ship. You poor, poor ship. What is your power even coming from these days? I mean, you have a full hydrogen tank. You still have some batteries, although part of them are destroyed. And you're starting to lose power on them. But it's time to blow up that wreckage. So we should see what it takes to build a warhead. Which I haven't built a warhead in here yet. We got 6 explosives. And 20 stipulate. That should be pretty easy, actually. We can grab our explosives from the flak tower here. And 200 of those. So should be fairly easy to build up enough warheads that we can take the Discovery out in that sense. We'll deposit them all here so that way we can use the build planner to withdraw sets of warhead. What are you missing? Just steel plate, right? And some construction components. Interesting. Where? Have we used up literally all the steel plate? Okay. Wow. I went through all of that steel plate very quickly. Where's my plate stamps? There we go. The rest of these plate stamps, man, they're just consuming the steel plate, turning it into armored plate, which is a good thing. But how about we build up a little stockpile of steel plate first? And then you, probably because we'll need it, make titanium plate. And make a lot of it. Can I get my steel plate now, please? Oh no, I'm going to be fighting it the entire way. Oh no! Come on. Oh, okay, all components successfully drawn for one warhead. This is going to take a while. Well then, I'll be right back when I've gotten all the stuff for the warheads successfully put into the truck here. Yeah, I think that's probably going to be enough. I think I've got like a dozen or so warheads worth of stuff in here. And I think that's going to be enough to blow the what remains of the Discovery to Kingdom Come. Ah, man. Such a long time I had that Discovery. It was such a good ship. It did its job. It got us here into this new land and got us established, operating as our mobile field base, our factory on the waves for so many episodes, and allowed us to build basically everything there. The only the factory is really the newest addition to all of that. And so the Discovery built everything that is here. Everything. And now that the factory is up and operational and it's doing its thing, I can finally say, you know, thank you and goodbye to this beautiful ship. It's did its work, and I will definitely, eventually I'll do some other content related to the water mod, some other season. I will rebuild you better, stronger, and working with Water 3.0 because you currently just sink. But now, it is time for that Viking funeral. We need to light you ablaze and send you off to the next realm. Now, we do have absolutely everything out of here, right? I don't want to... I believe I cleaned out this entire thing. This ship, hide empty. There's 4 iron. I don't care. And I will come through and salvage most of this. But I'm thinking... we probably want these to be inside the deck. One here. One here. That's good. We'll probably just line like 6 along this line, 6 along this line sort of thing. Or maybe 5, then we'll put a couple up top. That should work out nicely. Carry about 3 at a time. Man. Let's see. That one's there. Let's put one down here. This looks like a fun spot to put it. And do we have an equivalent spot on this side? Or can I make a spot? Synthetics factory is about to go. It is damaged. And, ooh, there's this... Isn't that technically a spot right in there? I don't think I can actually reach that, though. I could cut in from the side. Yeah. Okay, let's do that. Where is it? There is some void here somewhere. Right here. Excellent. And we'll just throw away all that excess steel plate. Gotta put one right here beside the... How about one tucked in literally right between the industrial refineries? That'll work. Alright. Let's go get some more. I have 78%. Okay, I'm good. I got enough fuel for this. Super Gremlin. Actually, I don't care if you come to shoot at this thing. It'll make the explosion bigger. We'll put one on this side. And we'll go to the other side. Put one over here. A little bit further along. How about one on top of... Oh, are we actually getting... Oh, we are! We're actually getting rocketed. Yeah, we are. We're getting missiled. That's fine by me. As long as they don't shoot this little rover, I don't care. Actually, I don't really care if they shoot that rover either, because it's so easy to replace. You can just blow all of this up. For all I care. We'll plunk this down here. And we'll go with one over here. And probably one tucked in right here at the front. And how much explosives do I have left is a really good question. Two more. All right. So then for the two more, we'll do one on the deck besides these things. And probably just one in this pile of stuff. Or, ooh, like one right here beside the batteries. That's good. All right. I think this thing's rigged to blow. Well, Discovery, it was nice knowing you. We're going to set these warheads to have a nice timer. Let's give myself 10 seconds. That's good. Wow. This is it. I love you, Discovery. You did so much for me. I will rebuild you and make you better in the future. But for now, it is goodbye. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And it is gone. It's kind of anticlimactic. I wanted a bigger explosion, but it just kind of just went thump, and most of it disappeared. But that is it. The Discovery is no more. It is now wreckage in the canal, which I will have to clean up with my little wreckage rover here. Ah, God, that feels good. Get all that cleaned up. Next thing to do will be this hydrogen facility, which honestly should just blow up by itself, right? It's just full of hydrogen. We don't need to do anything special to this. We can just blow it up. Let's do it. We'll get the grind color on that. Should turn on the grinders. They should be able to work on that thing. Yeah, there we go. Do I have any... Do I actually have any weapons? Have I made any hand weapons this game? This is a very good question. I might have, but I don't think I've used a hand weapon for a very long time. Let's go craft one and blow this thing up as well. Just a few minutes so I've been gone, this thing's been making some amazing progress. I bet that initial burst of 6,000 armored plate really helped with getting some of that structure in place. And that build and repair seem to obviously be prioritizing the conveyorage system first rather than anything else. Although there's not building these up, you need construction components. Oh, okay. I think we're going through construction components so quickly they just literally cannot keep up. But we have guns now. Hello? What? MR50A magazine. Hello? Thank you. There, now you're reloaded. It took a second for the thing to figure the hell out that, hey, we actually do have ammunition for you. There we go. Now they're waking up. Excellent. Alright. Although the hydrogen's actually a little low on these things. We're down to the second tick. But we'll take it down to as low as we can. And then we'll see how the explosions go. What the hell was that? That didn't do anything. Oh, it's weird. It's got like a doesn't explode for the first bit sort of thing going on before it turns on and then flies towards the target. What's this doing for health now? What? Are you even taking any damage? 15 steel plate, 69%. 11 steel plate, 68%. Okay, so it's actually taking damage. It seems like I just need to put more shells into it. Yeah, okay, hand weapons are going to take way too long. I tried grinding this down a little bit more, but then it just stopped burning. And I was shooting like 5 or 6 clips into this one. And what are we at? 83%. Yeah, these tanks are too tough. These hydrogen tanks, they just won't die. I could put another warhead, or I can just grab the Warthog. the Warthog can do it. It's got the firepower. We should also have the ammo. Yep, so it's all loaded up with ammo. Excellent. Although we need to press the button to disconnect. And now we are good to rock and roll. my headlights off. My suit lights. Oh, sim speed. Why you do this to me? Taxi out, and off we go. So this thing is still giving me some weird issues related to the use of mouse button for the 30mm. Wonder if it's doing it today. Let's set it to mouse control. Let's see. It's not. It's actually working properly. Okay, wonderful. Ah, oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I can actually shoot my own base now. Alright, pressing 1 is my button. That's what I want. That is the target right down there. Although, what is that thing? There's something over the horizon over there. We'll take a quick 180. Pop into the camera. Oh, there's a wreck over there. Oh, cool. My base must have shot that down on some of the times I was away, just under the water here in the strait, trying to clean it up. All right. Get some altitude. That way we can have a nice angle of attack. And we can just come on down towards our base here. Reload, reload. That was a good pass. It's on fire. Get it with the next run. Climb, climb, climb. Get some altitude for the next diving run. And pull around. Get into the camera. Flatten out. We'll zoom in. And we'll start laying down the fire. Boom! Beautiful. Wasn't as big of an explosion as I thought it would be. Nothing like the explosion. If you guys watched Wrong Way Up and you saw Splitsy's attack on our fuel refinery, the bots and I actually had set up essentially a version of this on an ice lake for the bots to defend and them to siphon off some gasoline from, like some hydrogen. I expected a much bigger boom because on that one the whole freaking thing went up in smoke. But I guess that's not happening today. Alright. Let's go grab a couple warheads. Let's blow it up the old-fashioned way. Ah, this should do the trick. We'll get one there. We'll get one here. And we'll put one over here. That should be enough. Hello, warheads. Start the countdown. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh! A bit delayed. I counted a bit fast. But that was some fireworks. That was much better. Alright. And this place is still relatively functional inside. Although the block status is crying because there's so much stuff damaged. It's like, ah! No! Everything's broken. But we are moving on from the old. The Discovery and the Hydro Station is no more. We're going to knock down this pipeline as well. And you may have noticed I know I didn't show it in the episode or anything. The asphalt plant is gone too, because we don't really need it anymore. We've got the runway, and we have like 10,000 asphalt for repairs and backup. And, yeah. That's it. For now, we just need to get our little battleship made and, drive it to the ocean. Which, looking at this thing, I'm wondering if I keep the wheels on permanently. If this thing goes into the water, floats just fine with the wheels on it, and functions just like a normal ship with it, I'm leaving the wheels on. And then I'm driving, I'm sailing over to the desert, and then I'm driving out, and I'm driving this with the wheels on it over to the gold. And I'm taking over the gold that way. That is what I'm doing. That will be an epic episode. But for now, the build and repairs are just going to work their magic, helping along by building up some important stuff and sort of getting some, sections of armor started for it at least, so it can work on the internals. But that's it for now. Thanks for watching, and good hunting out there, fellow space engineers.